So today will be a positive video. I know that it's surprising coming from me, something positive. I'm working on my paintings, as you can see behind. A little puzzle that I've been showing in previous videos. Yes, as you can see, I changed my mind 50 times already. Probably tell about that more in next video because today is not about that. Again, found a very nice holding for the mic because I wanted to keep something in my hand always. Sorry for that joke. I slept today for 3 hours because I was reading dark romance books. Not even one book. I finished one, 5 hours, started another one, finished another one. So in total today I was reading for 10 hours. Didn't do anything much. So at least now I'm working, doing something for my future. I hope videos will bring me some kind of future someday. While sitting here today, in front of my paintings, color coordinating myself with them a bit. What I wanted to talk about is art and creativity and people behind it. Oh, it's quite a common compliment that I hear, mostly from men. Maybe they think that being artistic and creative is a feminine trait. Now that I think of it, that might be the reason. They tend to think that saying, wow, you're so creative, you're so artistic, I could never do that. That this is a compliment. Of course, it's sometimes pleasant to hear that, but I always feel very sad and compassion to people who are telling me that because creativity is something we're all born with. This desire to express ourselves, we are all born with it. I know that society might pressure you into building a very stable life where there is almost no place for creativity, into thinking that this is just a waste of time, waste of energy, and some people will end up thinking that they didn't want that, didn't want to create, that they don't have that in themselves. But I think everyone has it in themselves. That's why I'm creating this video, to talk with you a bit about it, to say the opposite, to maybe open your artistic chakra. Do we have artistic chakra? I don't know. I know that here is the heart chakra. I know that there is another one right here because I had a dream. Okay, no, that's too intimate. I'm not going to tell you about that dream. Every medium of art requires a different level of preparation and investment in it that you need to do before you start. So this is why painting is not the best choice for the beginning if you're looking to open your artistic chakra. I hope there is such thing. We're going to invent it. Artistic chakra. Let's place it. Okay, no, I don't want to mess with other chakras. Please don't, gods, don't be mad at me. So in order to open artistic chakra, I think you need to start with something that requires almost non-investment. Like writing. If you're a book lover, if you've been reading a lot, you probably 100% had this urge to also write something. I personally love reading, and I have a wet dream of making a book sometimes. I have plenty of ideas for it. I'm getting really inspired by Anais Nin. Now I'm also thinking of creating something close to her works, a little mix of fiction and personal diary, reality, and something made up. She uses real names of people sometimes, shares her thoughts and her soul very openly. That ignites a lot of feelings inside me, and I think I had already enough experience in my very long life, 20-ish year long life, to write something. Okay, at least start something. My friend offered me to write a memoir. Maybe that. About memoirs, I have my favorite grandma who's 90 years old now. She turned 90 months ago. Superwoman, truly very feminine, very gracious, but who went through many hardships in her life. She was born in 1935, so before war. So she's been through war. Then she's been through USSR. A lot of hardships went through her, and she's been telling me and my sister so to her granddaughter, that she started writing her memoirs, but then she read what she wrote in, and she burst into tears, and she ripped those pages and tossed them away, saying that she doesn't wish to anyone to read those and get the same bad emotions, which made me only so much more interested in what she's hiding. She promised to write them again. I'm going to call her and ask her how is it going. So writing is one of the easiest things to try, yet one of the hardest things to make good. So that's why I'm saying that it's so easy to get inspired to be a writer when you love reading, but turns out that it's so much harder than reading. That words are not coming easily, and you have to learn about language you're writing on really profoundly to be able to transfer your emotions and your thought and your ideas to a reader flawlessly. Because we're not hunting flawless. We're not hunting perfection. We're here to just express ourselves and get this artistic chakra open. I love this term. I'm going to use it from now on. So we have oil painting as the most complicated one to start with, so I do not recommend that. But I love oil painting. That's my passion. That's what I do the best. But I've been preparing for it for a long time. I know that may be surprising, I'm 20, but I've been preparing because since I was a little kid, my parents were painting with oil, and I've been looking at them. I've been smelling paint. I've been touching canvases, and I've been taking all that inspiration into myself like a sponge, like a SpongeBob, like a sponge. And later now, I still have all of that, have all that love left in me, all that inspiration left in me, which is really helping me move forward still. I've been getting scolded a lot in school because I was always drawing something in notebooks that we used to study in every subject. In every notebook I had, they were always drawing. Sometimes they had similarities to the subjects that we were discussing, but rarely. Mostly there were some faces, some people, some emotional faces, which had nothing to do with the subject itself. Some of the teachers accepted that and stopped scolding me. Some of them scolded me till this very end of school. Oh, it's September now, and fuck, I finished school 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago, and I'm still so happy every September that I'm not there. That I don't need to come back to this torture building. But I'm grateful for my school to give me a base of English and French. When we are kids, a lot of things that we do are here to make our creativity bloom, like playing with Play-Doh. Okay, it's not called Play-Doh. I mean, not exactly this brand, but this material can make you a great sculptor in the future. But I was playing a lot with Play-Doh. In Russia, it's called plastilin when I was younger. Yet now, I have this desire to get closer to sculptures, but mm, mm, very fucking expensive. My mom is a sculptor, so I see what it takes to get sculptures done, how expensive it was, how expensive it is, how much stress exists there because you work not only with yourself, you work also with masters who are able to get the shape out of this plastilina form or this Play-Doh form and then make it into metal. So stressful. She's been taking me a lot to trips to her masters, so I've been witnessing everything, and I can say I'm not ready for that now. Also, you'll have to have very short nails in order to work with those materials, and I'm going to miss them. Really, such a bimbish excuse. Oof, oof. I'm living off to the stereotype of stupid blonde right now. So, what are we choosing to start your creative process? Either writing or drawing with something as small and easy as a pen, pencil, and paper. If you are in office, you have plenty of those there. Do not be too hard on yourself, the advice number one. And the second advice is to trust your head. There is such thing as automatic writing, automatic drawing, that is a part of the concept of, I forgot which art movement. Probably not a single one, probably not singular. There are many movements with the same concept behind them, and I also use auto drawing, auto writing when I'm creating my art. It's when you let your subconsciousness flow and you don't put too much conscious thought in it. You just let your hand go and you analyze your work only after you finished. Then you look into it and you think, that means my subconsciousness was trying to tell me this or that, or maybe that is what I was been hiding, and here using this method it shows up. So this is might also work as a art therapy, might give a therapeutic effect. Sorry, I learned all my English by books, and I make stupid mistakes with pronunciation because of that. But I also make very stupid mistakes in pronunciation in Russian, and more I speak in English, more I practice it, more I make videos, I get worse in Russian, even though I still live here. My Russian became big. When you're creating, when you feel that you have those unexpressed emotions you want to express in creative ways, don't compare your art to anyone. Don't show it to other people if you know they're going to have some weird reaction. You don't need other people opinion when you're only in beginning. Of course, if you have a very good friend or a great mama, you can show it to her if you know that her words will be supportive. But I advise not to show it just to anyone, and sometimes not even look at it yourself. You just did it, you felt this energy go to waste, not to waste, you feel this energy transform it into this piece of writing, into those little words you put outside, or little lines, little doodles. Just put them in the table. Maybe you'll come back them a few years later, maybe you'll never come back them and will toss them away when you're moving the next time and you have to toss away useless stuff. But you did it. It's already a way up. I know not much I can say productive today, but I just wanted to talk with you so much. I just felt this urge. Strangely, I wanted to talk with you so much, so I made this video to talk with you, to spend more time with you. My bros. I understand that considering the amount of things that are fighting to get over our attention here, we all have, nowadays, we all have short attention span, most of us. And of course, sometimes you want to not create anything yourself because it's more exhausting, you want to consume. But I promise you that in the end of the day, you will feel this pleasant level of tiredness if you created something yourself. Like after a good workout, you feel wasted, tired, but with sense of self-accomplishment. And if you will consume other people content all day, you will feel rotten, 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 rotten. I got into Ukrainian stand-up lately because I'm Russian. I understand because I have Ukrainian blood. I understand Ukrainian. Even though my mom, who has obviously more Ukrainian blood than me, doesn't understand Ukrainian. So I got into Ukrainian stand-up, and I've been showing it to my mom, and I had to translate it to her. Well, okay. I also don't understand Tatar, so you can judge me because of that. My father understands Tatar. Good for him, I guess. We're not going to give him compliments. So I got really into Ukrainian stand-up. I watched like 10 videos yesterday. Those jokes, they wouldn't be so funny to me if they were in Russian, but the Ukrainian language, the fact that I understand it, it also adds some more degree to the pleasure of receiving. And I understand it because when I was little, there were supermodel Ukraine that I watched. There were 4 seasons. I watched all of them, and even though the girls were Ukrainian, it was before Crimea, before 2014. So even some of native Ukrainian girls that didn't speak Ukrainian. So back then I understand 50-50. Comme si, comme ça. Some girls speak Russian, some girls speak Ukrainian. In general, I understand something. But later, after 2014, the whole show started speaking only in Ukrainian. Then I had to turn my brain a bit more into it. And thanks God, it gives some privileges now. I can understand Ukrainian stand-up. Considering that we all have a phone nowadays, you might think that photography is also a good way to get your creativity out, which I disagree. unless you do something with photos afterwards, like maybe paint on them, print them out and paint on them, draw on them. It's not much of creative process. Unless you're really into all little details, unless you think about something unique ideas for photo shoot. But if you just go with your phone here and there and take pictures of landscapes, it's hard. It will be hard for a beginner, for a newbie to show his creativity for that. So choose something more testing, something that is getting way more out of your comfort zone. I'm waiting really I'm struggling while waiting for the oil to dry on these ones because because I want to cover it up with white foundation in order to be able in order to be okay in order to be able to draw on that layer, on the next layer, to make more details, because obviously I covered them all up, I covered all the text I had. It's still kind of visibly, but not enough to understand. So I'm going to make another layer with new text, with new details, and probably going to repeat that again until it looks perfect. Of course, I'll show you everything, so stay tuned. What was I trying to say so hard to all this video? You have creative spark in you. Everyone have. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You are an artist. I'm a bit hypnotizing you. You are an artist deep inside. You can create, you can write, you can draw, you can but sing, I don't know, you can what other things? You can sculpt. Everything is possible. If you feel the need inside you that is knocking on your heart, is saying, please, I want to create something, and the other voice in you telling you, no, you don't deserve this. There are real artists out there, and you're not a real artist. Well, let me tell you, as a real artist, you are a real artist as well. Just try it. Try it once, try it twice, try it. You'll find pleasure in it. I'm getting emotional over this compliment that I told you in the beginning because it gives me understanding that the person behind me is missing out so much due to his limitation in his head that doesn't exist in real life. That he's missing such a colorful world, the world full of pleasure, full of frustration as well, but we're not talking about that right now. Full of things he's missing out, and he needs to not miss them out. He needs to lock in. He needs to start living his life on fullest. If you don't create anything, at least YouTube videos, you're missing out so much. This gratification, this no, not gratification, this pleasure, that fulfillment that it gives you is comparable only to hard synthetic drugs. The feeling of enjoying your work after you finished it, after you worked for it for months, after you saw how people react on her, how it shows something new to those people, only cocaine can compare to that. So please start creating. And there is almost no side effects of creating. Unlike cocaine, like other hard synthetic drugs that had tons of side effects and will lead you to grave. Art doesn't do that. Maybe maybe your self-esteem will get lower if you will be too hard on yourself. But other than that, oh, another advice that I personally can't follow still, I'm trying but I can't, is to separate your art from yourself and don't take any critiques to your art as personally, because it's, I'm going to say that but I don't believe it. It's not you. You done it, let it go. I don't believe in it. I take everything really personally, really close to heart. My first tattoo is here, and it's symbolized that I'm taking everything really close to heart. There is a little face who does this, like he's hearing, he's listening. So I take everything close to heart, especially about my art. I think I would accept rejection of me as a woman much easier than the rejection of my art. 100%. When we broke up with my first boyfriend, he said, I only liked your art because I was interested in you, and oh, that shit hurt. I would rather hear. I would rather hear. I was only with you because of you are a talented artist. I hate you, but your art. Oof, I could tolerate you because of your art. That would make me happy. That would be highest compliment ever. But I hear the opposite. But I think he just knew what will hurt me the most, so I hope it's not true. Okay, thank you so much for being here with me. I'll try to be a better motivational speaker in next videos, so please stay tuned. Oh, really, I started to miss talking with you, so I'm enjoying it. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Mwah! See you soon. Bye bye.